Hey, welcome to this lesson where you're going to learn about creating a 3D spherical panorama in Photoshop. So here we got a 2D image, and in order to create panorama, we have to go to the top menu option and go to the 3D and select spherical panorama and hit new panorama layer from selected layers. So here it has created a panorama for the selected layer, and you can use your mouse to scroll around to have a 360-degree view. So here you got to create a panorama. Here it looks like we are in the place. Okay, so you have a 2D image of a location and you can create panorama to take different shots. Okay, it could be a composite image, the imaginary that you create, or it could be a realistic image. So here we got a photo of this market, night lamp market, and when we rotate it around, say when we look at towards the ground, towards the walls, towards the ceiling, we can take different shots and you can export these shots to use in a wide variety of projects. Say if you got a 2D image of a room, inside a room it could be shot, and when you rotate you can focus on a particular perspective. And this panorama is useful because you can perform edits on all the direction as well. You can also increase the size of the artboard, change the artboard size to be more in the landscape, more in the portrait, or different size. And you can apply the panorama using different photos as well. So here let's first export this image by going to File, Export, choose your format and hit Export All option to export this photo. So you can provide a name here and just save it. You can use different formats like transparent, PNGs, JPEG, Photoshop file, or a different image file, bitmap and other formats as well. So here we took a shot of this photo from one angle, and let's take a different angle. So here we take the shot from a ceiling and just export, repeat the same thing, just export a different photo. So we got a high resolution image of the market, and then we created a panorama, and now we are taking multiple shots of the ceiling, the wall, the floor, and different orientations, and we can export these things. So it could be useful in a wide variety of things. Say for if you are running an animation studios, or for a movie scene recreation, if you want to recreate a scene. A lot of film industries do this thing. They take a picture of some old relics, like if you are interested in shooting something, and then they convert to panorama, take different shots and try to create a set around using these shots. So Photoshop is not just for the photographers and designers, it's used for a wide variety of domains, and it can embed it. So here we have created a panorama of this mountain landscape, and we can use it in a different variety of things. And here we are just moving around this photo using the left mouse click. You can also use this pointer, the arrow, three-dimensional arrows, to navigate through X, Y, and Z coordinates. You can use three options that are there next to it to move around, and mouse is perfect thing to move around in a panorama. So this is how you create a panorama very easily and very quickly in Photoshop, and how you can use the panorama to different variety of work, like scene recreation in film industry. You can use for interior designs. A lot of domains could be used. So try creating your own panorama using 2D images that you like. Give it a trial, keep learning and keep moving ahead. Hi, welcome back friend. Here in this lesson you're going to learn about creating a 3D object in Photoshop. So let's start with this. So first go to 3D on the menu option, and then go to new mesh from layer, and then select a postcard here, or you can go to mesh object, mesh presets. That will allow you to create multiple objects. So first create a postcard. So what is a postcard? Postcard is a simple paper, and here you got an image that is printed on both sides of the paper. So you can rotate this postcard, you can turn it around, add some lighting, add some material, and anything else. Okay, so just imagine it as a basic 3D object. So now just go to creating a wine bottle. The process is same. You have to go to 3D, new mesh from layer and mesh preset, and then go to some object. Here we are creating wine bottle. So it will allow you to render a 3D bottle and will allow you to have a view of a bottle from different sides. You can rotate it very freely, view it from different angles, and it will allow you to understand how your graphics or image would appear on a bottle. So if you're designing some cover or paper cover or stickers for some kind of bottles like water bottle, wine bottle, soda, anything like that, you can simply render it here. Here you got multiple options, like you can create a light source, and just create a light source by hitting this small bulb icon on the right hand side just below the 3D panel, and here you can create a light. Here we have created a spotlight, we have changed the color to red, we can increase the intensity, shadow, we can turn the softness of the shadow, we can change the color, we can change the angle, we can change the cone of light, so how light source will appear. So cone of light is simply if you have holding a flashlight or a torch, it will emit some kind of light in a cone. Okay, so farther you are, the bigger the size of the cone, so you can adjust it. Okay, you can put it, just imagine it as a light source that is either near to your object or farther away. So you can create light source of multiple variety. Now let's create a background for this thing. Just go to the layer option and you can create a new layer, or you can go to the menu bar, layer, new layer. So just create a layered background. You can change the color. Just try to create a color that is matching to the background, to the foreground image. Here we may take a different color. If you want, you can try it out. Finally you can move on with the color that you want. Okay, then you can move your light source. Here, this is the cone. You can simply imagine where it is falling. So you can add some light, some white light if you want to have all the colors. If you want to just emphasize a particular color, you can have that color of light, and so on. You will be learning about various properties in the coming lessons in detail, so don't worry, just take it as a starter lesson and just move around with different properties. Try these properties one by one, explore this thing. The more you explore, the more you will learn, and here it is important to practice it a lot. In this project we have three materials: the label material, the sticker that you cover on the bottle material that is generally made up of glass, and the cap material that is of plastic or metal or wood. So you can choose a material on this basis and you can be more realistic about this thing. So try to create a design or edit any photo image and try to simulate it, how it will appear on the real life 3D object in the real life situation with the lightning and the background, and it will be a great support for your designing product. So try to do this thing on your own, keep learning and keep moving ahead. Hi, welcome back friend. Here in this lesson you're going to learn about creating a soda can in Photoshop using 3D mesh. So let's start with this. We have an image and just go to 3D and create a new mesh from layers, then select mesh preset and soda. So it will convert your image into a 3D object that is covered on a soda can here. We can create a new background layer by just going to the layer option and create a new solid. We can select a gradient or a solid. Here we are using a gradient layer. You can select any adjustment layer. So just try with this thing, or if you want to design a background, if you have a background, you can use it as well. Here we got some image as a background. Here we are designing a soda can for guava fruit, and we want to have some attractive background that can be used as a poster or anything else. Okay, so just you can rotate it with a simple mouse. You can Just you have to just select the object. Here we have the soda can, so just select the soda can, and using the left mouse key you can drag it on the screen to have the view. Next, you can change the material of the object. Here we have different materials, and just go to the cap material. You can change it. You can rotate your object. You have three functionalities basically. You can scale your object by hitting this on three coordinates that you have, the blue, green and red for X, Y and Z axis. You can rotate it, you can scale it, you can move it. Okay, these three are options here. By clicking the arrow, it will move in a particular direction. If you can also manually move it in either of the direction using simple mouse, or if you want to just move in an axis, just select this axis. It is similar to any other 3D softwares that you may have used, so it won't be a problem here. Then if you want to change the color or the lightning, you can just go to the properties panel in the 3D and you can just do it. There are various properties that you can handle in 3D mesh layer. If you just render it, you can add different light sources, you could have different materials. Just for instance, just select an infinite light here, and we can have a spotlight as well. We can change the angle of light. So if you have something that you want to be in focus, you can change the direction of your light accordingly. If you want a light to fall from the right hand side, left or in front, you can just have this thing. It depends on the scenario, or you can just check it out how it will affect your object. So if you are going to design some cover for a soda can like object, you can just feel it how it will appear on the real soda can in different lighting conditions. Okay, so this could be situations that can be used for a lot of product designers, graphic designers or photo editors in the same way. So you can simulate it, or if you want to design some project, you can just have a 3D object, put light sources in different ways, change the angle or direction of your object, and simply take the screenshots, save it into JPEG or PNG image, export it. That way you have different versions of the same object. Okay, so this can be used for various kind of projects. Now we have a different image, and we can have this is a man, elderly man who is playing cricket on the green field, and we can have this thing. So it can be used for creating a special edition soda can or something like energy booster or anything if you want to think. Image is not the objective here, the process is. So just create some background that is matching to the theme. Here I took the green background color to match with the sports ethics. You can create something for baseball, for football, volleyball, anything, any sports that you like. Okay, so try to create this simple thing. Take photos, edit them accordingly as you wish. You can design a graphics and open a Photoshop, create a 3D object, put your image there, and you will have a look how it will appear on a soda can or any other 3D object in different light conditions with different background on different size, different angles. So do this on your own, keep learning and keep moving ahead. All the best. Hi, welcome back friend. Here in this lesson you're going to learn about adding an image into a 3D hat in Photoshop. So let's start with this. So we can create multiple 3D objects using mesh preset, and here we can create a donut, we can create a cube wrap, or we can create a hat. So we have this decent looking wallpaper for an autumn season, and this is a forest image that has a road and grassland and multiple leaves in yellow color, and we just need to create a hat out of this. So this could be used for creating a forest ranger hat as a simple cowboy or forest ranger hat that can be used for various purposes. So this looks pretty well, and here we can rotate our hat to have a glimpse over this thing. So if you want to create some kind of product you can have this thing in your mind. Okay, so now let's create a background layer. Just select a solid, and here we can create any background layer, and we are going to use an eyedropper tool. Just select an eyedropper tool to pick the color right from the hat, so it would have a wooden look or a decent background that can be used for simple product imagery, and it is here. So we just want to have some shade of yellows or browns or simple black color that can be used in the background. So in the same way, we can create multiple hats or different objects. We are going to design the forest ranger hat of two categories, one for savanna or dry temperate forest conditions, that is here. We have the camouflage texture here, and we can create a different hat for tropical rainforest, that we will going to do this next time. And you can move your object using the controllers X, Y, and Z, red, blue, or green. And when you click on the arrow, it will move in a particular direction, or if you want to scale it up and down, just click on the square icon and it will make your object look bigger or smaller. Okay, and you can always zoom in or zoom out by clicking the Control plus and Control minus, or you can simply scroll using your mouse scroll. So here it is. We can select something. You can disable the shadow or enable it if you want to have. And if you want to rotate your object, you can just simply rotate, get view of the back side. You can change the angle of the shadow by going to the materials, and it will allow you to adjust some lighting as well. And here we got some image for green forest with dark branches of the tree, and we are going to create a hat in the same way by just going to the 3D mesh layer, form, mesh preset, and hat. And this is how we have this 3D hat. Just rotate it around to have a view. It will be a 3D object, so you can view this with a different angle. So now just create a solid background layer using the same method that we applied previously, and just use the eyedropper tool to extract some color from the photo. So if you're not sure about what color you want to choose and you have to decide with your teammates or friends or family, you can just create multiple copies or just simply change the background color in real time, and they would suggest you what color you can move with. So it is better to use the eyedropper tool here, because the color would be connected to the color of the image and won't be something from the outside world. And here we got two hats. Okay, so we can combine them in a single view panel. We can go to the windows and arrange them in a two-up vertical view, or so that you can view them side by side. Just go to the window option, not view, window, and just select, go to arrange and two up vertical. You could set up in a two up horizontal or the vertical. So right now we need a vertical, and you can zoom out a bit by using either the mouse scroll or Control minus on the keyboard. It will reduce your size, it will zoom you out a little bit. Okay, and you can rotate it to set your image. And here it is. We have these two forest ranger hats side by side. We have designed it. We have taken this photo and we have added it to a 3D object, that is hat. So it looks beautiful. In the same way, you can design different apparels and other 3D objects in Photoshop. So try to do this thing on your own and have a view of this thing. Keep learning and keep moving ahead. Stay creative. All the best.